I'm a spiritual empowerment coach. I help teach others to show up to their potency so they can fulfill their mission here on earth. I'm so glad you are here. And if you are interested in becoming a medium, if you're interested in becoming a life coach, or if you're interested in shifting your life from the 3D to live more in the 5D reality, then check me out, book a clarity call, and let's get chatting. Hello everybody, how are you? So I really want to share with you about my friend. And oh, there she is. Hello, Sarah.
Hey. And then I was like, I'm not sure if it's working. Okay, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, we can see you perfectly. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. Yay, nice hair. You've had your hair done. It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thought I can, straighten it out a bit.
Yeah, lovely. So guys, this is my friend Sarah, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of our history. Now, the thing is, the reason why I'm doing this live is because Sarah and I connected a couple of years ago. But the funny thing is, we had already been in each other's reality. We were in each other's reality when we were 14, 15. I'm not exactly sure, but she came to my school in Whangamata area school, and she's about 6 months older than me, and we kind of hung out. You know, we were kind of in that same group kind of thing as Sarah, like coming and going, and we're both real chilled people, so we'd end up at the same parties or whatever. And the funny thing was, we were just like sweet as with each other. It's like, oh yeah, all good. And then what happened was Sarah's best friend, Emma, she passed away, and it was very, very tragic. And myself as a channel and as a medium had a lot of awarenesses of Emma, so much so that I had to actually talk to her mother, so much so that my world changed because of this girl, Emma, in spirit, who had passed. She was also my acquaintance. I don't think we were like great friends. Neither was Sarah. We weren't all great friends. We were just sweet. Like we'll pass each other and go, hey, what's up? Like literally just in each other's vortex type of thing. So basically the story is that all of a sudden, I can't stop thinking about Sarah. I don't even know if I told you this, Sarah, but this is how spirit works, right? All of a sudden, this is about conscious business, guys. So this isn't about mediumship, but this is how conscious business works. And what actually happened was, about Sarah went through her own medical stuff. You went through a massive amount of, like, I'll let you tell that story, Sarah, because it's not my story to tell, but I knew that I had to reach out to her. I knew that I started praying for her. I started flowing her energy and love, and I started doing all these things, and I could see her magnificence. I could see that she had a purpose. I could see that she had this mission, and I reached out to her. And eventually I told her the story about why spirit was telling me to reach out to her, and it took a while. It took actually until I was kind of like on the phone to her after us like having a chat, and I introduced her to Access Consciousness, which is what I teach. It's about becoming more conscious and really following the energy of your purpose and all these different things. Long story short is Sarah invited me over to Australia, where I went and taught her Access Consciousness. And the whole entire time, Emma was with us, wasn't she, Sarah? We actually had a party after, and we actually, that night, you and I had the party. It was just the two of us, but we had Emma there as well. And it was magnificent. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is a little bit about that backstory about how people can come back into your life. And Emma, although in spirit, she got us together. I have been known to send presents to Sarah saying, love Emma. This is something that Emma used to do. She liked giving presents, apparently. I didn't know that, but Sarah confirmed that later on. And all these different things. So coming back into the next couple of years, what has actually happened is I invited Sarah to come onto my online business practitioner program. And then this is what, probably courtesy of Emma, saying, come on, bring her on, Victoria. Okay, I just felt aligned to do that. What happened is Sarah went from this, having everything that she'd contained, that she'd consumed really fast, into a lot of healing, which we'll hear about your story in a moment, to this. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew your business was going to explode. I knew all these things were going to happen because I can see things. But It was you who did it. So with that being said, before I go into actually, what I taught you or anything like that, can you please just give us a little bit of background of the last couple of years? Because I think your story is so potent of how you can go from one thing to the other fast.
Yeah, sure. Sorry,
Where
you've got
do
me
I
infused
begin?
with that. So I just want to, I guess, say thank you, first of all, for following that awareness and coming into my life. And I just want to say how grateful I am for you for being you and for doing that, because, like, how do you actually express the gratitude for the person that literally has changed your whole life? So,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
it's a little
thank
bit hard to
you.
focus on that one. So thank you.
You're welcome. I
But
just want to
yeah, first
acknowledge
of all,
you changed your life, sweetheart. I just gave you some tools.
yeah, I know, and yeah, thank you. That is just like huge to acknowledge. But yeah. So where do I start? Okay, so yeah, a couple of years ago, I was recovering from cancer treatment, and I just had breast cancer reconstruction surgery. And Victoria and I were sort of on. I could see we were on a similar path with our personal development, meditation. We connected on Facebook. We're reading the same books and things like that. And it was like, oh yeah, she's really, really cool. She's doing the same stuff as me. That's really cool. And yeah, and then she would just always send me these messages. You would send me these messages going, oh, I'm sending you Reiki every day for your healing, as I was recovering from this really big surgery. And I was like, oh, awesome, yeah. And then one day you reached out and said, oh, I've been invited to Adelaide to teach an Access Bars class over there. And I had been asking some questions at the time because I was really kind of lost with what to do with my business, because I'd qualified as a hypnotherapist. And I tried lots of like little network marketing businesses and things like that, and nothing. I would put a lot of effort into my social media, but there was nothing coming back in. Like there was no money, there was no business. And then when you said about that class, I was just like, oh, I need to go to the class. So I just chose it. I didn't know what it was or what it was about. I just knew that you were teaching it, and I was going to that class to do that. And so I did, and I jumped on a plane to Adelaide and did the Access Bars class. And after that, because I had known that there was something, I felt like there was something blocking me, like there was this fear that I wasn't good enough or something like that. And after that class, I was like, no, that was an interesting belief that I had. That was an interesting point of view, because like, why aren't I helping people? There's people that need help everywhere, and I could see them everywhere, and I knew that I had the ability to help them. I just hadn't had the confidence in me to do that before that class. And then after that class, like, I was able to, yeah, have clients every single week, whether they were hypnotherapy clients or Access Bars clients, and I just became more confident with being able to do that. And then, yeah, I just continued on this journey with all these different tools. And with you. And then, yeah, so I had a part-time business. I actually had money flowing in then. And then for a long time, I was still working in my part-time job. So that was probably about, 2 years. I was still working 3 days a week in my part-time job, which is like my security blanket. And yeah, so I just had this belief that, oh, it's okay to have a business and have fun and make extra money, and that's great, and I love that, and how does it get better than that? But I never really truly believed that you couldn't do it without a job. I'm like, well, yeah, no, you still gotta have a job. Like, and so funnily enough, with all the COVID stuff, like, that shut down not only my classes, which I was making, some good money from the Access Bars classes, but it's pretty much just, it put me out of a job as well. So it just went boom, and I was just like, whoa, okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. So I was feeling really quite shit. And then I was like, oh, I don't know, I still need a part-time job. I'm just gonna have to apply for another job. Like, and then you reached out to me, Victoria, and like sent me a couple of messages, and you're like, oh, Emma's been in my awareness and you've been in my awareness, and do you want to do this program? I'm just trialing out this new program, this business practitioner program. And I was like, yes, like that just changed something for me. I was like, yeah, I need something, because what you did there was actually say, no, you need to be doing your business as your full-time job. Like, you could see
Mm.
that, whereas I think I was still functioning from, well, in this reality, you still need a job. Like, you know, I'm not capable of actually earning enough money to do this as my job. That's, you know, I just do this for fun and make a bit of extra money. But you actually said, oh no, like, it was so obvious to you that you were like, no, you need to do your hypnotherapy and your other stuff as in your coaching as a full-time as your job. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it just kind of planted that seed of possibility which Gap had been doing before then.
Which
And
is actually what I
yeah,
saw. I saw that from the very moment I met you. So one little thing you missed out was I actually came to Sunshine Coast to teach you bars, and you came to Adelaide.
yeah,
So one thing I want to emphasize with you guys with Sarah is she's very much the C energy with the disc personality profiling. So she's like a C and an I. So she's like fun, 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 adventure, and she's also like details. This has to make sense. She's
yeah.
highly intelligent, very good at school, all these different things. And the amazing thing about Sarah was, I said, Sarah, why don't I come to Sunshine Coast and teach bars? Or you invited me, can't really remember, it was ages ago. And you go, yes, but I'm still coming to Adelaide. But you said, I'm doing both. And I was like, can you do both? And I was like, okay, you can do both. And so you are very good at following the energy. But one thing I want to make very clear was I saw it the very first time I tapped into your energy when you were recovering from cancer, because you've said to me that was the biggest gift of your life was having cancer, because now you live. Now you chose to live,
Yeah.
and I really feel like that is a huge part of your story, because you are living this and you are showing people how to live, and you have been through that. Do I choose to live or die? You have literally had that actual experience, not mentally.
Yeah,
I
but
love you to it mentally, but you physically went, am I going to live? Am I going to die? And you said to me that night we were having that party, you said, between me, you and Emma, you said to me, you having cancer literally saved my life. And I thought, that is your story. And so when the COVID hit and when your husband didn't have his job and all these things happened, I said, but this is your full-time job. I had already seen that for 2 years, because I can see what you were about to do. And it took something like that for you to go, whoa, whoa. And, you know, I just want to emphasize, I'm so proud of you for doing you. When I first met you again and you were so unsure about your and uncertain because you thought you had to have a full-time job plus or part-time job plus do hypnotherapy on the side, I was nearly shocked because all I could see was your magnificence of exploding. So that's why I was like, I'm confused. Do you not talk to spirit? And you're like, I don't really know. And I'm like, and now, you know, we started talking, and now, you know, you're like, Emma's here, this and that, and all these different types of things. And what I love is when I invited you to do my business transformational program, is you took everything because you were ready. You showed up, and now you're working full time in your own business. So congratulations.
yeah.
Give you a pat on the
Thank
back.
you.
And you took everything and you ran with it. And that's just proof that you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can choose, you can monetize, you can have 10K
That's it,
with ease. And once you realize that it was easy, your life exploded. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, well, it's really, I think the word choice is really the important thing there, because you can sign up to a program going, oh, I'm doing this program, you know, that's not really choosing it. But when you're actually choosing to, okay, I'm going to go for this, then you're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So you've got to be willing to actually commit to showing up on the calls, and then, you know, writing down, at least doing, I think there was so much content in your program, I couldn't have done it all, but I would take what I had physical time to do and go through and go, okay, yeah, I know how to do a post like this, and I will do a live at least once a week and those kind of things, and just stayed on track with committing to those things, even if I didn't really agree with you that they were going to work. And then I was like, well, I'll just do them anyway. Like, what have I got to lose? Like, because when you've got no job, you've really got nothing left to lose. So yeah, awesome to do that. But I think, yeah, there's a difference between just doing a program and then choosing, because when you choose, you've got to be willing to do what it takes to get there, whatever it is.
Yeah, and the reason why I tell you to do things that people might think, I don't know if that's going to work, is because it's not working for them. So go do this, and it usually does work. And then you can monitor and change things as you like. So the one thing I wanted to say to you was, what was the difference between your content that you were doing, because you were really into your like networking and doing social media. I remember asking you questions about it even, before I did my own program. And what's the difference about your old social media and not getting the interaction and then the new content that by implementing the stuff from my program? What's the difference? What do you think happened and changed for your content to start getting the interaction off the top of your head?
The willingness to be seen, I think, is
High
a
five.
big one.
I wonder how she's going to answer this.
Because you can't really just take pictures of everything around you and post them. Like, you do actually have to be seen, otherwise people aren't going to know who you are. And yeah, the willingness to be consistent as well, because you can't just do one post or one live and expect, I mean, yeah, we do. We do one thing and we expect everything to change, but that's not really how it works. Like, you've just got to, but I knew about consistency, but I just wasn't always willing to show up, yeah, and be seen, because I didn't want to be judged. What you helped me with,
I'm so proud of you. So good.
What I help people a lot with now is like, well, if you're willing to be judged and you're okay with that, then you can actually get paid more. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, I could do that. I can get paid more.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Being seen, being willing to be judged, and being consistent. The thing is, you were consistent before, but you weren't willing to be all of you. You weren't willing to do this. Like I said, you had everything in here, but you weren't willing to explode out. And when you felt like, I've got nothing to lose, I have no job, my husband doesn't have a job, and holy moly, I've got a whole lot of gifts and talents here. And then, what is that opportunity that's coming my way? And Victoria goes, hey, Sarah, come over here. Like, I don't know how that happens, but it does. I just follow those hunches, and you're like, boom, and you got massive results because you were willing to commit and take it, like, commit to your living, commit to your message, which is so much bigger than you as well. So that's what I love about you is I've been told by many people, because a lot of my clients, of course, you've interacted with my clients from the program and stuff, and they've had sessions with you, so it's all about community, right? And they literally said Sarah is so good at what she does.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much.
So if you guys
and thank you to everyone who was both.
I haven't even seen any messages. Sarah is a hypnotherapist. She's an access consciousness. She's phenomenal, and the transformation between you, Sarah, you probably can't see yourself, but I can see you from 10 years ago. You weren't sleeping. You were like literally not sleeping. You were literally like recovering and going, what is wrong with me, Victoria? And now I just see this strong being in front of me who goes, I've got a purpose, I've got a mission, I'm making money, and I'm doing my soul's purpose. That's who I am. And you've done that this fast. And that is energy, that is mindset, and that is consistency with doing the practical as well. So I just want to acknowledge you there and just seeing if there's any. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie was on the course too, guys.
She's amazing.
What's that, sorry? And she's been,
I think she just wanted to or something.
So you'll be happy to know that I've extended my that Practitioner online business program to 6 months now. It's been extended to 6 months, and it's actually I've got people going through it now. It's my signature program, and I've got the release your blocks as well as like the mindset, the consciousness, and all that type of stuff.
So included, isn't it?
Yeah, so that 10 weeks has been extended out. But for someone like you, Sarah, you really took everything in that 10 weeks and you ran with it, and now you're living, doing what you want to do.
Yeah, it's quite amazing to think about that, really. It's like, and like you still get the doubts and the fears creep in, but it's like, okay, never mind. Anyway, just keep coming back to this point in time and just keep creating and having fun. And how does it get
Mm.
any better than that?
Exactly, bringing joy. So, what would your biggest piece of advice, like, okay, working with me, this is what I want to ask you, working with me, what was the biggest, like, aha moment or highlight that you got? Like, what was the biggest gift that you got from showing up in my program?
That what you were actually teaching was actually working. It does actually work. I'm like, oh, nobody watches live videos and that kind of thing, but I would do them and then I would get clients book in and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I guess the number one thing would be that um, the yeah, just the seed that you planted that like, no, you can do this, like it was obvious to you. Because if one person can say that to you, that only really takes one person to believe in you, and then you can go, oh, well, if they can believe in me, well, maybe I can do it. Yeah. Yeah, so that would probably be the biggest thing. So thank you for believing in me.
Always, I've always seen you, my love, always. And the other thing I want to say is, how do people find you? Because I know you do like hypnotherapy online. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I do
so
online sessions on Zoom. I'm also running a weight loss program because, oh yeah, you helped me create programs, even though I didn't know. I was like, oh no, I don't know how to do that. And you're like, no, you don't need to know how to do it. You just do it. And I'm
yeah.
like, huh? So now I have an online program for weight loss, which is a trial. However, that's growing and changing and tweaking. So, but yeah, I do personal sessions via Zoom. So you can find me on my website, which I can post in the comments, or I have a Facebook page, which a lot of people like to book through there as well. And if you're on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, I also teach access bars and do sessions as well. Yeah, so I can help with lots of things. But yeah,
Awesome.
I'll put my page and my website in the comments.
Yeah, definitely put them in the comments. And yeah, I think the biggest thing about it all is if you are willing to believe in yourself, and that was, I would say, your biggest thing, Sarah. You were looking for the external for proof because you like proof,
Mhm.
because you are
Yeah.
that archetype of you are an achiever. You're very good at everything you
Yeah.
do. So when you're looking for that evidence on the outside of why are these things happening to me, or I need proof to know that I'm good enough in these areas, because this is what we've been taught in this reality. But when you realize that
Yeah.
that's not the case, and that you can, and this is what you do with your hypnotherapy and stuff as well, and the
Yeah.
access consciousness is
Mhm.
when you come from within and you know that you can't fail because you've got this mission. And this is something that I do. I know I can't fail
Mhm.
because I am very, very strong in my
Mhm.
mission. Now you
Yeah.
know how
Yeah.
that
It's like,
feels.
what is failure anyway? What does that mean?
Mm. So you know how that feels, and it's phenomenal. And
Yeah.
you're being this gift to so many other people. So thank you for being that gift. And I'm so grateful I was invited to go to the Sunshine Coast to teach you bars and Adelaide, because the ripple effect I've seen has been just like gigantic
Oh,
from
yeah.
everybody showing up.
Yeah.
It's been huge. I've got
Yeah.
clients now doing my
Yeah.
programs,
Yeah.
traveling to you to get bars, and like all of these, and you send me people, and it's just like this big whirlwind. Like the internet is just the place to be. So
Absolutely.
it's absolutely phenomenal. And if anybody who's watching this is, if 2020, I mean 2021, where we're nearly in 2021, if it's your time to change, if it's your time to do the weight loss thing or the mindset, contact Sarah. If it's your time to step up in your business and really step
Yeah.
into your mediumship and your coaching, contact me. I've got like some amazing offers going on right now. And my practitioner program that Sarah had a snippet of 10 weeks, which transformed her life, that is now 6 months to work with me in my container. So if these guys, I know Stephanie had massive, massive transformations, and she's got some exciting stuff coming up. Doing these programs and being on the stage, having that microphone for your platform is what it takes to reach those people. And this is what it does make a big difference. So I'm just so glad people are doing the work, because it makes me feel very happy. And reach out for us as well, and we can have clarity calls with you. We can talk about how you can be a part of this program, and I'm sure Sarah will be jumping on and being a part, because we do collaborate together and we help each other out. So I'm sure she'll be a part of my program, and I may even be in part of hers. Who knows? So what else is
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah, and yeah, like I'm happy to share with all the people that do my Access Bars classes as well, because a lot of people are they do courses, they do courses, they do courses, and then they don't know how to get themselves out into the world. And that's a really important piece. So I do mention you to a lot of people, but I'll share this video as well in my group with them, because it is really important to have that bit of coaching to get you from, I have a bunch of certificates to,
Yeah.
but I'm still hiding and not wanting to be seen, and to, oh, I'm helping people.
Yeah.
Yay, how's it going?
Actually, different. And I just want to emphasize as well, that's why I started my online practitioner business program and now my Release Your Blocks practitioner program, the bundle. The reason why I did that is because I teach coaches and practitioners how to monetize their genius. I teach them. I was just like, I was going, all these people are getting certificates and they're not using them and they don't have the confidence. What can I do about it?
Well. Don't just get another certificate.
Yeah.
You got to do something. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I realized that I knew how to do it. And if I can have the 10+K months consistently and I'm passionate and I'm jumping out of bed with excitement because I've got people that are coming to see me and I get to talk to all my soul clients, nothing can beat that. Nothing can beat that.
Yeah.
Someone just said best investment they've made. Who said that?
Oh,
Stephanie. And Stephanie, I've got to admit, she is phenomenal, but she was really resistant because she hadn't done the consciousness work. So she would go, what are you talking about? And I said, just go do that, Stephanie, go do that, Stephanie. And she'd be like, Victoria. And she'd be like, literally like wanting to slap me sometimes. And I was like, I love you, go do it. And and you know what? She came to me for a one-to-one the other day, and her growth, I just want to cry when I see you guys showing up when you used to hide your faces on Facebook. Now you're like, here I am, and I love it. So I just want to thank you, Sarah, for coming on. I know you've got an amazing, busy day, so I'm going to let you go. Guys, reach out to us and share your experiences and stuff as well. Lots of love. And also, if people come back into your life, like Sarah's come back into mine, like listen to those hunches. Reach out. I don't want to reach out to her because she was recovering from cancer. She was the first post that says, hey guys, I'm letting you all know I have cancer. And you're like, I just want to reach out, but a million people will be reaching out. And eventually I did reach out, and it transformed both of our lives because, you know, I was able to connect with Emma in spirit and get confirmation. And you never know what will lead to the another thing. So now you're doing your magic in Australia. I'm doing mine here. And let's all do it together. And thank you, Kylie. She's like, yay, you two are awesome. And me and Kylie are going to have a bar swap very soon. So you better hop in the car, girlfriend. No, just
I'm coming. That sounds so much fun.
Oh,
I'll have to come to New Zealand when the borders open up. That'll be cool.
Yeah. And we know how much you love to travel, Sarah. So I think we're going to have to create a retreat and all go to the retreat and all just do consciousness and lie amongst each other and show up. That sounds really good, but you know what I mean. Yeah, drink cocktails. Okay, my love, I'll let you go. Thank you guys so lots of love, and I will catch you later. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Victoria. Take care. Bye.
Sending all the loves. Catch up soon.
And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining the Release Your Blocks podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear from you. So please leave a review and tell me what your favorite takeaway from today was. There is so much more from where this came from. You can also find me at Holistic Energy Shifting on Facebook, where you can find more content, more coaching, and more guidance. Have a grand and glorious day, and I'll see you next time.